back to the channel. Today's adventure takes us outside of Las Vegas, one of the most iconic landmarks in the United States, the Hoover Dam. This is one of those places I've heard about, but experiencing it in person is something completely different. Heading towards Boulder City. The drive itself is already part of the experience. You'll see the city slowly fading into the desert landscape, mountains, and wide open views. It's about a 35 to 45 minute drive from the Las Vegas Strip, depending on traffic. Super easy to get to and definitely worth it. We decided to do a guided tour and I highly recommend it. The tour takes you inside the dam, which is something you don't want to miss. You actually get to see the inner works and learn how it generates power. It's fascinating and it gives you a whole new appreciation for the engineering behind it. One thing I loved was how informative the guides were. They explained the history, construction, and the importance of the dam.
How many? Okay, I lost one already. No, that was my English. No, that's the budget.
Oh, it is?
I guess. Because it's not going to stop a rock. It's on focus. There's a pipe.
And then you see that one, and it has a hole so they don't feel safe inside this room. It's an air pipe. That's how we get this tunnel nice and cool all year round. So we send air in and the water cools the air, so we have natural AC. So it sounds like it's gonna release water, so if you feel like something going under your feet, they're releasing water. All right, so that's good. All right, so let's begin. So this is a map of the dam site. Right now we're standing right here, inside a diversion tunnel. The whole thing is a diversion tunnel, and the Colorado River used to run through here. How cool is that, huh? All right, so before they could start building the dam, they had to find a way to move the river out of the way. To do that, they blasted out 4 diversion tunnels. 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. Each tunnel is 50 feet in diameter and about 4,000 feet long. It took them 2 years to complete all 4 tunnels. But they had a little problem. How are they gonna force the water into the tunnels? They built the tunnels higher than the river. Then they want the water to rise and go inside the tunnels when they were working in them, right? So what they did, they built 2 coffer dams. Our coffer dams are made with dirt and rock. So they put one upriver and one downriver. They use the upper coffer dam to push the water into the tunnels. The lower one to stop the water from coming back into the site. So now the site was ready to start building a dam. On June 6, 1933, the first bucket of concrete was placed. After that, they added a bucket holding 16 tons of concrete, or like cement truck, every 78 seconds. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for almost 2 years. The last concrete was placed on May 29, 1935. So after the dam was finished, they were able to start filling up the lake, or creating the lake. To do that, they closed 3 of the tunnels and left 1 open to allow water down the river. But when the water was high enough to go to the intake towers, they closed the last tunnel and blasted out the lower coffer dam. The upper coffer dam remains there underwater. So it took 6.5 years to fill up Lake Mead. We have 4 intake towers, 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. Their job is to bring the water from the lake to the generators through a pen-stuck pipe. That pipe is 30 feet in diameter. And if you look through the window, or either window, you can see the pipe. So right now you might feel the floor vibrating under your feet. Yeah, that is up to 96,000 gallons of water per second going through the pipe. That's enough water to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool in just 4 seconds. Then the water goes through a smaller pipe, it's 30 feet in diameter, goes to the generators, spins the turbines, then the water continues down the river. The last thing that I would like to point out is the spillways. We have 2, one on either side of the dam, and they work with flood control. We don't want the water going over the top of the dam. So the spillways, they have been used 2 times in the history of the dam. First time in 1941, just for testing. Then again in 1983. This time it wasn't a test, it was for real. So I have a picture here of the flood of 1983. The water came within 7 feet from the top of the dam. This is the Nevada spillway. Arizona spillway is on the other side, so the water went over the spillways and around the dam for 2 months. A lot of snow in Colorado means a lot of water for us. 96% of our water comes from the snow melt. We live in Colorado. Then Wyoming, Utah, and New Mexico. What happened that year? They had 3 heavy snowstorms. And it was only a year, so it got hot. The snow melted, it didn't go into the earth, it just came down. Alright guys, so our next up is the power plant, so let me exit first and I will take you back to the elevators. Remember, we'll be taking 2 elevators, so stay with friends and family. Why don't you guys know this? All right, guys, so welcome to the Nevada side of the power plant. We have 17 commercial generators. 8 here in front of you, 9 on the Arizona side. Each generator is 70 feet tall, but we can only see the upper half. They spin at 180 revolutions per minute. So just one generator is capable of producing up to 130 megawatts of electricity. That is enough power for about 65,000 homes. But if all 17 generators run, that is enough power for over 1 million homes. Now, if you want to know if a generator is running, just look at the top. If the light is on, the generator is producing power. So how many generators are running right now? 2? Yes. Now the amount of water dictates how many generators can run. Depends on how much water they need downriver. And we also have another type of generator, Nevada Zero. If you look down, you will see a fenced-in area. Inside is the Pelton water wheel. This generator produces 2.4 megawatts of electricity, but it's very, very important to us because we get in-house power from it. Next, I would like to point out the cranes. If you look up and down the room, you will see the green P&H cranes. They can move around on tracks for maintenance. Each crane can lift 300 tons. So just one of our cranes can lift the Statue of Liberty that weighs 225 tons. But this is not enough for what we need here, so we have 2 cranes. You can see the second one right behind this one. So when working together, they create a super crane that can lift 600 tons. And why do we need to do that? Because each rotor, so the rotor is the heaviest part of the generator and can weigh up to 580 tons. If we need to take one out, we can do that with no problem. All right, guys, so now I want you guys to look at the concrete wall behind me.
Make sure to wear comfortable shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking, and there are some stairs involved during the tour. Second, bring water. It gets hot, especially during the summer months. Third, don't forget sunscreen. Another important tip, arrive early if you can to avoid crowds. It can get very busy, especially on the weekends.
Base is 660 feet thick. To give you an idea how thick that is, just take a look at this room and go from the back wall and all the way down to the far wall. That would be 650 feet, just 10 feet short of the thickness of the base of the dam. All right, so the last thing that I would like to talk about is the floor that we are standing on. This beautiful terrazzo marble floor covers 121,000 square feet throughout the dam and the power plant. It was.
Also, make sure you bring a valid ID if you're doing the tour. Security is taken seriously here. Parking is available, but I recommend arriving early because it fills up fast. There is a parking garage near the visiting center, which is very convenient. Before even stepping inside, the views from the top are absolutely breathtaking. You're standing between Nevada and Arizona, overlooking the Colorado River. And the Hoover Dam itself is massive. Pictures definitely don't do it justice.
1922, the 7 Colorado River Basin states formed a compact for the purpose of negotiating how the waters of the Colorado River should be shared. The states could not agree. The Secretary of Commerce, Hoover, understood the problem and saw a solution. He suggested creating 2 basins and dividing the river's annual water flow.
Actually, I've never seen it. Yeah, it's like wall. Oh, this is the women elevator with all those people. Oh, yeah. That's yeah.
What's that?
These are the generators. That's just the bathrooms.
Who played? You lost. It's visiting with all new houses. We just moved in. Getting our life back to normal. But my husband said I was home with all new houses. But knowing I'm full of alive the boys are back.
Yeah? Yeah?
Now for a couple of don'ts. Don't rush your visit. Take your time to enjoy the views and the experience, and don't skip the walk across the dam. It's one of the best parts. From the top, you could see both states and get incredible photo opportunities. If you're visiting Las Vegas, this is a must-do day trip. It's quick, easy, and completely worth it. I would definitely come back again, especially to explore more of the surrounding areas. Thank you for coming along with me in this adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, from travel to food to unique experiences. If you're planning a trip to Las Vegas, I've got you covered with more adventures just like this.